Alright, we're here for some more mining and music. I was working on getting some vanadium earlier, and that's what I'm going to continue tonight. How's it going? Glad to hear it. This has got to be the weirdest damn magnetite vein I've seen in a long time. Oh, that sounds like fun. There's no way this is all one vein. This has got to be like 2, maybe 3. Back-to-back magnetite veins. Because all through this part, there is nothing up above me. That whole part goes all the way up to there. I get over to here, and there's more in the ceiling here. So I'm thinking there might be 3 damn veins here. Back to back to back. In here, I thought you were going to go get work done on 5 or 6. Don't kill me. I like 20 lines of food recipes commented out. That's not bad. Progress is progress. Greg said something about adding compatibility for you in the next update. Let me go see if I can find where he said it. Oh, did he? It's just getting it working. It seems mostly an issue on my side. Oh, okay. Then I won't continue to look for where he said it. Yeah, I knew he made a commit earlier because he finally got it to where he sends me a message whenever he does. Oh, okay. I didn't even see that you had joined in there. I don't usually look at anything in IRC too much unless somebody says my name. Because if somebody says, even types my name in there, they've got it set up to where it pings me in GT6 or in IRC. And usually it's Greg talking to Overmind about something code-wise that I ain't gonna understand anyways. Alright, so I think I got him enough vanadium for a little while. Let's go look and see what we got for redstone. I probably ought to go check on them pumps while I'm at it. Let's see. Looks like that's the last redstone vein I've got marked out. Hopefully it's still there. Hopefully it's not one I've already done. Let's see. Let's go check on these pumps, see how they're doing. Missing recipes has become a big issue. You can't even macerate ores with GT5 macerators. I believe that was a problem with me removing his magic ore dick shit. His magic or diction. Never heard it put quite that way. Well, that one's done. Cleaned it out pretty nicely back here. Now where in the hell did that pump go? Ah. There's the pump. Yeah, he definitely has a thing with wanting everything in the ore dictionary. But I do have to say, it is nice having everything loaded in the ore dictionary. Let's see if I can find the other one. I don't even remember where I put it. It says it's over here. It's not there. It's not back here. And it's not up there. Where in the fuck did I put the other pump? Never put it down here, right? No. Well, shitballs. I lost the fucking pump again. There's the other pump. Aha, found it. Alright, let's mark this damn thing before I forget. Although, I don't really know why I am, because as soon as I leave, the place is going to get unloaded, and it's not going to pump anymore. Wait a minute, that's the one I just put down. So shit, that ain't the one I lost. Where the fuck did I put it? Did I put it over on the other side? Might have put it over where the graphite was. It definitely ain't over here. Hold on a second. Thought I heard it there for a second. NetMC ain't gonna be happy if I lose another damn tank. And this one apparently is going to take forever. I thought this was going to be just a nice little area of lava, and apparently I was wrong. Isaac Rush. You add 8 minutes to a mod pack that would otherwise take 5 minutes to load. There's a problem. Alright, leave that here. Hopefully next time when I come back I can figure out where in the hell I put it. I might have picked it up and put it in another vein. Hell, I don't know. Alright, so redstone is that way. I got a thing over there that says pumps. Let's go see if there's still any there. Well, it ain't down here. It ain't down this one either. How the fuck did I get there? Well, I don't know how I got there, but I know how I can get there. All else fails, grab the drill. .15 the amount of time to load every time you wanted to play it. Well, the only thing I can say about that is if it makes it work better, I'm willing to wait. Not too many people are, but I am. Now, if there's a way to do it that makes it faster, and it still works right, then yeah, I'm all for that. But if I gotta wait for everything to be ordicted properly, I'll wait. I'm in no rush. My old ass ain't going anywhere. At least not yet. I'm a strange person. Lava pump, 30 blocks down. So you say. I like things to be quick, but I like things to work better. I like quality over quantity, and I like function over speed. So when the hell would I have lava pumps all the way down here? I'm starting to think I was on crack. And I don't smoke crack. This shit's nasty. Fuck you all up. Plus I wouldn't trust anything in my body that some motherfucker cooked up on his damn kitchen. Hey look, there's 2 pumps right here with no fucking drums on them. Oh hey, I know where I'm at. I know exactly where I'm at. That's a sapphire vein I killed. I think. Is it? I ain't really sure now where it is. I thought it was a way to get out right there. Alright, so if my pumps are right here, where's that redstone vein from here? That way. Alright, so how the fuck did I originally get in here? This would be how I got in here. Alright, and the redstone was that way. Did I do this? I don't think I did this. I think somebody's been in my area. I don't remember doing this. I better not be in my damn area. Look, there's redstone. Well, see, I'm not one for big, huge packs. I prefer, like, moderate packs, I guess. I prefer packs that are well balanced, and the mods that are in it are, you know, well thought out and have a purpose to be there. Say a gap to fill, or at least somebody I had in mind to add it for. Like the fuck, I forgot to get my damn backpack again. Son of a bitch. Like the adventure pack is almost getting too big for me. I think I'm going to soon either trim it down, make some of the mods disabled so anybody that is using them can just enable them, or go to the ultralight pack and make it the new pack that I use. And so you also got to remember, I am one that is not for magic, so therefore that kind of knocks a lot of packs out of my taste range, where other people, you know, would have a lot of other mods that they'd put in. You know, I would leave them out because, you know, I consider them to be magic, or even, you know, I don't even like using extra utilities because of the whole sacrifice bullshit that it does. You know, I think that sacrifice shit they do is just bullshit. And I'm not a mob farming person, so having that stupid ass tainted soil or whatever the hell it's called, that purple shit that spawns mobs like fucking psycho, is not something I would want anyways, especially if I was putting the pack up on a server, because I've seen just that stuff kick a server's ass because somebody didn't do it properly. I also don't like these drums. They're way too easy, even though I use them here. Same with the golden bags. I'm not a big fan of them. Again, although I'm using them here. I use them here because there isn't a better alternative. Like if there was IE in here, I'd be using crates. I love IE's crates, to the point where most people think I abuse IE's crates, because I carry ass tons of them with me. See, I don't like quarries. I'm not a big quarry person. Give me a second. I gotta see what somebody's saying in Discord. Let's see. Had to give XAR shit. He threw his back out, which that sucks. I've been there, done that. But he's from Northern California, so I always give him shit. Told him he needs to. That's what he gets for trying to smell his own farts all day. Damn hippies. This is about the weirdest redstone vein I've ever seen. I've never seen one that was this small, but I seriously don't see anything. It better be like super concentrated in the center. If it's got this much rock on the ends where there's nothing. Usually redstone veins are super thick and dense as hell. The other end of this vein better be just packed full. NetMC was talking about making something kind of like this with GT6. And apparently, third-party packs, FTB, have stopped giving a shit about. Which kind of amazes me with the fact that they haven't really been doing a whole lot of anything themselves. So it's kind of amazed me they've stopped dealing with third-party packs, but I guess that's what happens when you fire some of the best developers you had of packs. And you sell out the fucking curse. Ooh, that would hurt. I'd be pissed at you. I can't stand that. I can't stand Lycanites. I like my packs to be challenging by the mods that are in them and the recipes that are used. Honestly, GT New Horizons would probably be my favorite pack if it wasn't for three things. 1, witchery. 2, blood magic. 3, it's just a wannabe FTB kitchen sink pack that has been, you know, progressed through GregTech. Every mod has GregTech recipes, which I don't have a problem with. And then making GregTech harder, though, when you're making every other mod fucking live up to GregTech standards, you know, that's really putting some grind on people. I had somebody come in one time and ask me why they couldn't smelt aluminum when they had nitrogen in their blast furnace to do it, and I was like, nitrogen? You don't use nitrogen to smelt aluminum. And they showed me the fucking recipe. I've never gone to New Horizons to look it up, but that's just adding grind for no real reason, in my opinion. Because by the time you start MV, most people aren't making nitrogen. Not that it's harder to do, but it's taking extra power you probably don't already have laying around just to run an air centrifuge to get nitrogen. But that's more my style pack. Now, tech guns, I pretty much enjoy it. To me, that is a much better kick you in the ass mod for mobs than any other I've seen. Because you pretty much know where the worst shit is. You know, stay out of the fucking nether until you're ready. Which we didn't know when we went in there, that it was going to be hell. Well, it's hell. What I expect, right? And, you know, me personally, I would get rid of the Psycho Steve motherfucker. Because he is just, you get one of them early, you're fucked. There's nothing you can do about it. But other than that, it's pretty cool. But that AoE shit, or AoA shit, nah, you can keep that shit. Anything that can kill me, and I can't even touch it till I'm a certain level, and it spawns day 1, fuck that shit. And Lycanites and their fucking magic damage that fucking goes right through my damn quantum armor, fuck that noise. Your plan for GT5 for 6 is an IC2 add-ons plus tech guns plus open modular turns. Yeah, that'd be fun. Now see, if I play it, which I want to when you get it done, my plan will be more of a simple mod pack, because I'll be playing it with Crazy and Andy. They'll be my crafters as usual. Andy will do the more GT5 stuff. Crazy will take care of the more GT6 stuff. I'll take care of the smelting unless Junior decides to come and play and wants to work on that. Because Crazy doesn't like to run Crucible, and neither does Andy, so I'll take care of that stuff. And then, as always, I'll do the major part of the mining. Although Crazy does like to go on mining trips with me, so she would probably help. Andy's not big on mining. And Crazy also would, you know, take care of farming, which that will be interesting with all the different crops there's going to be. Because you've got all the ones that GT5 was added in GT5, which, you know, I still haven't gotten E99 to agree to add the ones from 09 back to our version, because he's got this hard on for crops, which I somewhat understand. I can't say I completely don't understand, but I somewhat understand his issue. But to me, it's an issue with the people that he used to play with, not an issue that needs to go over to the pack or the mod, actually. You know, he had people that, you know, that's all they do is stand around doing crops all day and never fucking do anything with, you know, GregTech and shit. Let him do all the work while they, you know, just played with crops all the time. And I could understand if, you know, you build a pack, make a server for people to play on, you want everybody to kind of join in and help. And if everybody's like just wanting to screw around with bees or crops and never do any of the, you know, setting up machines, crafting machines, mining, shit like that, it would get to me too, I'm sure. But that's where I would, you know, take it up with the people I'm playing with, not, you know, have a hard on for crops for the rest of my life or bees. Because I understand that there are people out there that love the 147 Ultimate FTB Ultimate Pack, you know, playing with GregTech and Extra Bees, and, you know, there wasn't any material, I don't believe, back then, including Iridium, that you couldn't get out of bees. Now, I don't think it's that way with, I know it wasn't that way with crops. You had to do bees back then. And depending on how you do UU matter, you can't really do it in 09 with crops unless you're willing to make ass tons of UU matter and just throw the crop things in with UU matter and try to make ores. But unless you're seriously creating a lot of frickin' crop harvesters, you're never going to get enough ores out of crops in 09 to sustain you without having to mine. Because it takes like 16, I think, leaves or, crop shit to get one ore, and then it's only a chance. Where if you mine and put shit with it, you get 4 out of every 9 crops and 1 other ore of that kind. So to me, it's actually it's actually rewarding you for doing both. You know, you can live off of mining, which is what I do. And you can try to live off farming and bees, which, you know, to me is outlandishly nuts. Or you can do both and, you know, damn near 8-time process some of the material you mine. Now, like Net says, he's, you know, to me, he's one of the best bee people I've ever seen, as far as breeding them up and making them really good. But he can't even keep up with the amount of material I bring in mining to be able to process it all with plants. Some of it, you know, a large portion of it has to be processed normally. So I don't have a big issue with having the crops and the bees in there. I think it's a nice way of filling out the mod. Personally. And for, you know, people like Crazy that like to do the farming thing, and people like Net and Zykor that love to try to live off of just bees and shit. It gives them, you know, something that they're good at that, you know, they may not be able to live off of it, but they can at least use their talents to help. But with E being the only one really working on the pack right now, as far as adding content and porting things over from 09, I can't really make the dude add it, you know what I mean? And I can't do it myself because, well, I can't code for shit. I wouldn't know the first thing to do looking at Greg's code, honestly. I can, you know, somewhat read most, you know, regular kind of code, but I've heard Greg's code is just crazy difficult to read. Ah, fuck. Be right back. I'll disconnect. Stupid ass damn chunk errors. Personally would love to have it so where bees and plants just added a stage to your orchard processing each, but other people like it another way, which I understand. Well, you've played 09, right? Dun, 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 dun. Love this song. There we go. Greg code hasn't been too difficult to read for me, mainly finding where the code is. Yeah, that would be another problem. It's a huge mod. And trying to figure out where everything's hidden at in there would be a pain for me. You know, if somebody gives me I only made my first class in like the last mod I did. Everything else I did was just, you know, a method here and a function there. I don't know if you've seen my mods, but they're not hugely in-depth mods. Okay, yeah. The third one is a TFC add-on. And I've got to get Spiger to help me figure out what's wrong with it. Because there's something not right. But since he's never really worked on a TFC add-on, I don't know if he's even going to be able to figure it out. I might actually have to go to the forums for TFC and see if they can help me figure it out. Because the shovel works great on like most dirt, and I think it's fine on like sand, but it doesn't work at all, or really slowly, on like charcoal and shit like that. And all it does is use a custom shovel class that we specify for it to have the quality of steel. So I don't know what in the hell would be wrong that it's only working on certain things, and it's only certain dirt that it has a problem with. That's what makes it so weird. But yeah, I don't know if you've seen it before, but this is what you do with crops here. Let's see if I can get it to show up this way. Yeah, I didn't think so. Alright, so here's ferro, which is iron. Your choices is to make it into a plant ball, woohoo. Use 6 liters of UU matter, 16 of these leaves, and you get 1 purified iron ore. Now, if I remember correctly, this was a chance thing. And it's 384 UU a tick, so you have to be an HV before this will even work. So, you know, you would have to do a lot of mining to get to the point where you could do this. But then there's this recipe, which is the one I like, where you put 9 leaves with vanadium magnetite, you get 4 purified vanadium magnetite. You put it with a Kush pyrite, you get 4. You put it with a brown limonite, you get 4. You put it with regular magnetite, you get 4 of them, and you get molten iron. Yellow limonite, you get 4, and molten nickel. Banded iron, you get 4. Iron itself, you get iron and nickel. And meteoric iron, same thing. And that's the same way with all of the crops. Except for, I think it's tin. And look at all the fucking bees, man. Where is the... Yeah, the tin thing. You can use it as fuel because it's considered wood. Again, you can compress it. But these you can actually extract straight up. But then if you want, you can do the autoclave thing. And then you can still do the chemical reactor thing with cassiterite or tin. And I think it's tin, copper, and lead are the ones you can do that with. And the bee stuff is the same way. Like if you look at a lapis bee, it gives you a lapis comb. They moved it over to Gendistry, but 16 of them gives you a lapis ore with 3 EU matter. Or you can do sodalite, lapis, calcite, because it's in a lapis vein, or lazurite. And that's the same way for all of the combs, except again the main ones. If it takes me 2,000 fucking machines to get 5 times my ore, I'll do it, damn it. Yeah, see, I like the idea, but again, the problem is, you know, I gotta have somebody that's willing to code it into our version of GT5, or, you know, not really code it in, port it in. Now, there is, I don't know if they ever fixed it, but there was a problem with the Boxia, and I told them about this a long time ago. Let's see. Okay, so that one's not doing it. There was one of them, maybe they just took it out. Let's see. Ways of making molten aluminum. A slag comb with spodumene gives you molten aluminum at 30 EU a tick. Molten aluminum in a solidifier, aluminum plate, 96 EU a tick. So they did at least make the solidifying MV or the dust LV. But hell, right here you can make a nugget for 4 EU a tick And then you take those nuggets, you got an aluminum ingot, and you can put that into a metal bender, plate 24. So yeah, they never fixed it. And slag combs are really easy to get. So, you know, that's a little exploit thing where they told me when I reported it, they said, oh, well, if somebody's worked in bees long enough to get those combs and not dedicated the work into machines, then we don't really care if they exploit it and get it that way. And I was like, an exploit is an exploit. If it's there, get rid of it. And for some reason, the people working on 09 just don't agree with me. I don't know if it's they're lazy. I don't know if it's that, you know, they enjoy the exploits. You know, they had a huge problem when I brought up the ore processing in 09 being broke. And the fact that it was something Greg overlooked when he was doing GregTech 5. He, you know, just hadn't gotten around to fixing it. And he did fix it. It was, you know, one of the very first things he did in 6 was fix it. But then nobody, Bloody, when he was doing 08, didn't give a shit. And he didn't give a shit in 09. And everybody is, their excuse is everybody is so used to it being that way that it would piss too many people off to change it and make it right now. And I completely disagree with that. To me, if something's broke, you fucking fix it. If people have been exploiting it, you know, and they get pissed off because you stop letting them exploit it, then they're just being childish. You know, use the exploit if you choose, as long as it's there, but you don't cry because somebody, you know, fixes it. You know, I would only disagree with removing an exploit if you can turn it into a feature. Well, see, let me show you what the exploit is I'm talking about. And to me, it's a big one. Other people don't agree with me. But this is my favorite one to show. And most people probably think I pick on malachite, but for some reason it's one of the easiest to exploit. So you get malachite ore, you can cook it for 1 ingot. You crush it, you can cook it for 1 ingot. You wash it, you can cook it for 1 ingot. You purify it, you can cook it for 1 ingot. Now, if you take that 1 ingot, or that dust, you turn it into pure dust, you can cook it for 1 ingot. Now, they changed this recently to where it's 1 ingot all the way across. It used to be nuggets, like 2 or 3 nuggets for all of them except for the purified dust. And that gave you an ingot. And when I threw a bitch fit about it, they said, well, everybody's so used to it, we'd have to rebalance World Gen to make it right. And I said, that's just stupid. And with me playing now in this all the way up to Fusion, I know it's even more bullshit because I got copper everywhere I have in mine. There would be no copper deficit because I don't use it this way. But here's what it should be. You should get 2 copper out of 10 dust. This is the last stage of processing. Therefore, this should be the best output you can get. Not, you know, crush it, cook it, you get an ingot. And it's that way with just about every ore that's not a pure ore.
So maybe you should fix it, Bear.
Oh, you shut up. We did fix it in 08, damn it.
You did?
Yeah, it's fixed in 08.
Does Malachite still give you a fucking ingot?
No, Malachite gives you like 1 fucking nugget.
Alright, good.
Everything has been fixed. It took a little bit of work to convince E99, but now that he's seen it fixed and did all the work to fix it, he's like, okay, I see the light. You and Ned are right. It was broke.
By the way, it's not something you can really fix. You'll have to talk to Greg, and he won't do it because it's GT5. But your natural copper ore is actually incredibly rare, and it spawns too much in your veins. Yeah, I just found out today actually how rare it was when I was looking into it.
I think that's more of a balance thing, though.
Oh, so you get at least some easy stuff while you're mining?
Well, if it wasn't where you got at least a little bit of pure copper in there, you would have to do a lot more copper mining to get copper. And you'd be spending a lot more time with copper is really, really used in both 5 and 6. I couldn't imagine not having at least a little bit of, because you got to remember the pure copper is not very much. You get a
you know how
ton of the other
ones, don't you?
I ain't got a fucking clue.
Chalcopyrite? Chalcopyrite is where you get most of your copper from.
Right.
Acidic water runs down it. It leaches the copper out, and the copper forms into a copper crystal called natural copper. It takes millions of years for this to develop, and you're not going to get very much because it fills in cracks mostly. So you'll find maybe, 500 pounds of this natural copper, and then you'll have, 500 tons of chalcopyrite next to it.
Well, you can tell Greg all this. I don't think he's going to do anything about it. Because like I said, I think it's a more balanced thing.
Yeah, it's the same thing we were talking about with my game. You got to balance realism with player experience. So I understand.
Could you imagine if you had to only get copper out of, chalcopyrite for all the fucking wires we have to do?
You have like 1, maybe 2 blocks of natural copper in a whole vein.
Well, it's not that bad, but you don't get but... Say for every 8 stacks of chalcopyrite, you might get 1 stack of natural copper.
Chalco. You made me want chocolate milk.
Chalco, motherfucker.
Didn't I send you a video on how to properly pronounce that?
Mm-hmm. You know what? I've had many people tell me how to pronounce molybdenum too, which is molybdenum. Oh, fuck that shit. Do you know how long I worked to be able to say that? My tongue could not form that fucking sound. It's something in my head cannot see putting those letters together in that way, and it took me a lot of work before I could actually pronounce it proper. But I just call it Molly B, and y'all can kiss my ass.
When you get your bauxite, do you create a British ingot out of that or an American ingot out of it?
We don't create an ingot out of it at all.
Well, you either get aluminum or you get aluminium.
No, fuck off with your aluminium shit. Fucking British bastards.
The rest of the world calls it aluminium.
Aluminium? Yeah, fuck off. It's aluminum. But no. In GT5, we have to electrolyze it, and in GT6, fuck you, there's all kinds of weird shit you gotta do to it.
You have to electrolyze aluminium in real life, too.
Yeah, well, you gotta electrolyze it here, too, but you gotta electrolyze it, or in GT6, you gotta electrolyze it with 2 other fucking fluids after autoclaving it or something. I can't even remember now what it is. But you gotta work for fucking aluminum. And Greg said that it is real life difficult that because I don't know if you knew this or not, but at one time aluminum was considered more valuable than gold. Apparently Napoleon actually had a full dining set made of aluminum because of how rare it was. That was, you know, his show off shit. Yep. Because natural aluminum is so seriously hard to find that, you know, and it's so hard to process.
Actually spawns in its metallic form naturally.
You apparently, you know, back in Napoleon's day, they didn't have ways of processing it from bauxite.
Same thing you do with malachite. You crush it down and you heat it up.
Not if you gotta electrolyze it, motherfucker.
Campfire. Well, yeah, you get up to the heat of a campfire.
You can't do bauxite that way. Do you know what? They use bauxite for crucibles, man. You can't. You can't just do it.
There's a lot of silica in it. You have to get the silica out. So what you do is use hydrochloric acid.
Yeah, and I'm sure they had tons of that back in Napoleon's time.
Yeah,
I'm sure that was
had hydrochloric acid in the time of Plato.
I'm sure that was easy to get a hold of back then.
No, it was for experimentation and alchemy. It wasn't for mass-producing metal ores. But alchemy is actually where we started when we were trying to figure out how to get these advanced metals, which is, you know, primitive chemistry, basically.
Ah, there's what I'm looking for. Good old lava. I got a present for you.
I believe the most expensive one, besides hydrochloric and hydrochloric acid, was sulfuric acid. And it's because at the time there was stigma around sulfur. It was some sort of holy stone that you're not supposed to mess with. So alchemists went through a time where they were like the devil. And you'd have alchemists basically having their entrails spread out and ripped out all across the street. It was a horrible time. Yep.
Reminds me of when I ran into a fucking house made of bauxite in GT6. Yeah, well, Greg's finally fixed that. Now all the villages are made out of some kind of his stone that is like bricks or whatever. He hacked vanilla. No, the villager houses. They're now made out of a brick version of one of his stones, like andesite, diorite. That way there is no, because it's sandstone that had the problem, because he had sandstone ores. And if you came across a sandstone village, you could get bauxite ore spawned right in the people's houses, and you would have coal as well, because that's right on that level. Get on my level. I was giving Greg shit the other day because there was a damn villager house that had a beehive spawned right in the side of it. It was making up the wall. I was like, you gonna tell me that these motherfuckers are this dumb? I know villagers are dumb. But they're this dumb that they're going to use a beehive or leave a bumblebee hive, you know,
I'm
as
a little frustrated because
part of their house.
Tango Tech, maybe?
I don't know. I don't watch that shit.
You'll have a lumberjack villager. You'll have a.
Oh yeah, I seen it.
Cook villager.
Spiker was showing that.
It's only for the later versions. It's not going to be 7 or you know what the fuck I mean.
Yeah, Spiker showed it to me.
Cool. I could just go find a village and I wouldn't have to do any work.
Yeah, listen to you.
Let's go treasure hunting during the day. Huh? Yeah, boy.
Listen to you.
And then at night, I'd just go home and have the village take care of me. Shit, Minecraft made easy. It's like Ruby on Rails. Or Java.
You know there's that, shut up, fucker. You know there's that mine colony?
You have to go and collect the lumber to give to your carpenter. You are the lumberjack in that. Thing for metals, you have to actually go and do all the metal stuff. And he's all, oh, I need 50 bars of iron. You have to give it to him. So like you are basically the bitch.
You're the grunt, yeah.
Yep. You do the sweat work.
There's nothing wrong with being the grunt. I'm technically the boss on here, you know. I'm the one that knows what he's doing and, you know, tells Andy what to make, but I'm still the one doing all the grunt work. I am the beginning and the end.
You cannot say you're doing the grunt work. You chose the work you're doing because you think it's the best work.
Oh, I love it. But it's still grunt work. It's mindless fucking grunt work is what I'm doing. Now, the fact that I like mindless fucking grunt work doesn't mean that it's not grunt work. It's still grunt work. It's just I like doing grunt work.
I still kind of only trust you with setting up this fusion reactor, though. I'm a little bit wary of it because of your habit of blowing things up.
Hey, I actually have done nothing but set the block down. He's done all the rest of the setup so far.
Okay.
So we'll see what happens. I will give it a once over to make sure everything's right. As far as where the blocks actually get put, it won't do shit if the blocks aren't in the right position. So what he's doing, what he's doing right now for, building it, he can't screw it up, because if he does, it ain't gonna do dick. But when it comes to the, powering it and making sure all the power things are connected to the right place, yeah, I will definitely double. And he won't trust himself either. He's weary as shit of anything that could blow up.
Have you told him to go into a test world and set one up in creative?
Fuck you, you pussy bitch. Fuck you, get the fuck out of my chat, you pussy fucking bitch. Creative is for little girls and pussies that can't take fucking losing.
Imagine placing it underneath your base, like we're doing.
Yeah.
And it fucks up and blows up your entire base, and you have to start all over.
Such is life.
How pissed you would be. How many times you would have to start over just to practice.
Do you know what I would do if that happened?
You'd start over and be like, get over it, pussies.
That's right. I'd be like, well, I still have my drill. Let's get to work, boys. And we'd go to work. To me, only a pussy goes into creative to fucking set something up because they're too worried about loss. Now, if you have to go into creative to test something that is, you feel is bugged out and completely not possible to work, and you don't have, a developer in your back pocket that you can go, Greg, you motherfucker, what's wrong? Because I kind of cheat. in that aspect, you know. But
I've been kind of taking. I haven't done the creative world thing yet, but it's what all the major YouTubers do. So
yeah,
it's like,
fuck
maybe
them
one day I'll
pussies.
get around to doing that. Well, my
Yeah.
problem is I sin. I have pride issues. There's no glory in doing it in creative. There's glory in doing it in survival. So I'm a bit of a sinner in that regard. Pride.
Oh,
But,
not me, but yes, I have the same thing. I won't do it in creative because
I just
that's
want
pussy
something
work.
that's like, oh, look what I did, you know, and I worked hard and I did this thing. Other than if you go into creative, like, oh, he's in creative, that doesn't count, you know.
Now, see, there's where
Well,
your pride comes in, motherfucker. There's
What do you
nothing
mean?
wrong with being proud of what you did, but when you want fucking, you know, when you're doing it for someone else to pat you on the fucking back and say, oh, you did such a good job, that's where the pride comes in. I don't do it because I want, you know, people to go, oh, look, he worked his ass off. Look at how great he did.
Most of what I do in the real world, no one will ever know about, and I prefer it that way. But when it comes to Minecraft, a lot of what I'm doing is trying to think of. If you've seen my videos, you know I try and teach children new ways of thinking, how to think like an engineer and stuff like that in my videos. So that's kind of how I attack things. I'm like, okay, survival, that takes us, 5 minutes. Let's go do that real quick, and then we're going to start into this, blah, blah, blah. And I started explaining things. And so I use survival as a way of kind of teaching the kids. And hey, if you lose it, oh well, that such is life.
I can say I do the same thing, but different. I'm not trying to teach kids because, I honestly don't want kids watching me. Because I'm a perverted old son of a bitch, and, they don't need to hear my...
Not awake right now.
Yeah, they don't need to hear my vulgar mouth. Yeah, Crazy got me yelled... Greg got me yelled at today by Crazy.
Oh, did you get her to shut the fuck up?
No, not that good. She goes...
Oh, shit.
Greg goes... No, actually it was stop looking at my butt, pervert.
Oh.
Because she has that duck skin for Halloween. And Greg goes, why is Crazy making a happy face, a happy duck face with her butt? And then he goes, Crazy, the only way I know that's because Bears keeps looking at your ass. She's like, yeah, I know. I was like, but it's so happy. You got a happy ass. Now come on, move your happy ass and let's go.
Oh, it looks like Andy got offline.
He probably was on his break.
It said that he was playing Fear the Night with you.
He's not been on here all night.
Oh, wow. Well, it just updated anyways. So yeah, Shadow reached out to me. He wanted some art, and I was like, oh, yeah, I do commissions. He's all, oh, never mind. I'm like, oh, well, thanks. Got excited for nothing.
Well, see, you ought to phrase that a little different. Because I know in your position, because I'm, in a very similar position, that, money is tight and you'll take what you can get for things, and you don't want to, undersell yourself, but...
I've given you like $200 worth of free art.
Yeah, see, you're not going to get probably any YouTuber to pay that kind of money for it.
Well, what I'm still working on right now, I still got a lot that I'm doing. I still haven't finished the icon because I like your icon. But I'm trying to get it through my head how to get the bear to bite down on the gear in a way that doesn't ruin the gear. So like him being inside of the gear and biting on it, I turn it into a G, and I turn it into a G, and it just looked awkward. So I've been thinking about just having it as like a cookie that's gear shaped. So I thought about putting a glass of milk next to him.
But what I was thinking is, like, you know, I'm not saying that's why you did it. I'm sure you did it for me because you wanted to. But you can use me as, example. I'm showing it off for you and telling people where I got it and trying to get
and that's
people
why I'm still working on your gone fishing picture. I want it to look actually good.
Stop working on that damn thing. It's great.
You're advertising my work, and it isn't quality. I put literally like
awesome.
4 hours into that.
It's fucking awesome.
Another 15 hours. No.
But what I'm trying to get at is you can do similar, no, not the same, but similar with other, smaller channels like, I won't say particularly Shadow, because, well, he's deleted every fucking video off of his channel twice now.
I thought he was streaming again.
He is streaming again, but that doesn't mean you have to look at someone's track record. If somebody's deleted every video off of their channel twice, the chances of them sticking around are minimal. So I'm not saying do it with Shadow. Shut up, you interrupting bastard. I'm trying to help you here.
Okay.
Hold your tongue a second. I'm not saying do it with Shadow, but Crazy, she would be a good one if she didn't want to do the thumbnails herself. She's hard-headed, because she does her videos and she doesn't delete them. I don't think she ever would. Oh, fucking hell. Deal with your dumbass now. Come here, big fucker. Just die already. A Keppel Geonock.
Yeah, I'm not worried about those. I thought it was a troll.
But, maybe Andy. There's not a whole lot that watch him right now, but I would say probably more watch him than watch,
but Andy's like my
Shadow
bro.
at the
I
moment.
couldn't charge him.
Well, I'm saying, you could charge them, but charge them, say, $20 to do a weight screen, or $20 for a generic thumbnail that they could just add something to. I wish I need to get a hold of the guy, because I have something that might really help you with this. And he told me if I had a website to put it on, he'd give it to me. He actually made... You remember my old videos that had the numbers on them?
No.
Give me a second. Let me see if I can find one of them to show you an example. I'll put it in group.
Are you talking about your thumbnails?
Yeah, I have this thumbnail generator that this dude made for me. And he's got it on his website. I hope he still has it on his website. I'm sure if he doesn't, he could redo it. But he coded it to where all I had to do was go to this page on his website and put in the number I wanted and the series I was doing, and it would automatically generate me the thumbnail that he made with the number of that episode. And if you could provide something to someone like that, I suggested it to him, and he's like, no, I'm only doing this for you. But that's one that Junior still uses from his website. And all I'd really have to do is go talk to him, and he'd upload another picture to it, I'm sure. But he made that for Junior. It took him, you know, a couple minutes to do the name on it, and a couple more minutes, you know, to get the... Oh, here, I'll put it in chat so you guys can see what we're talking about.
My thumbnail game is very small. The professionals, that they serve only YouTubers. I do a lot of commissioned art for video games and other animations and stuff. But for the people that do thumbnails for YouTube, they can charge $25 per thumbnail. I'm probably in like the $2 or $3 range. So it's pretty much like I wouldn't even charge you.
Yeah, but if you're doing it for somebody that's got an ongoing series, and instead of saying I'll charge you $2 to $3 for the thumbnail or per thumbnail, you could say, look, I'll set you this up where you can auto generate your thumbnails, make the, you know, thumbnail itself, and you can auto generate your own up to, you know, however many you want, and it'll be, say, $20-25. And if they do a, you know, 1,000 series freaking thing, that's 1,000 thumbnails that they get for $25. That's not a bad deal.
Yeah, but you and me both know that the average length of any Minecraft series is about 150 episodes max.
Still, if they're, you know, not me, and they've got, you know, some kind of decent amount of viewers, and $20-25, you know, ain't really that much. If you're, you know, pandering to your audience, you know, begging for likes, begging for you know, donations, and begging for shit on every video like most people do, you know, $25 might be the matter of, you know, a drop in the bucket to them.
Yeah.
So it might not be, you know, a bad idea of doing it. And you could do something like that if I get you the code for that thing. That you could do for, you know, a couple smaller channels that, you know, aren't me. And I've actually got a few I could try to set you up with.
I don't really have that issue. Like, I would have, you know about Photoshop and its layers?
Yeah, it's about like the one I use and the layers it has.
Yeah, it's like different pieces of cellophane for the Disney animations. You have the characters on one sheet, the environment on another sheet, and you layer them on top of each other. Well, my numbers one, it'll be on its own layer, and I'll just be like, 1, save copy as, 2, save copy as, and I'll just save 150 real quick and send them over. Like, it takes me, you know, 15 minutes. Boom.
Yeah, but this is something they could do on their own. You wouldn't have to. You could give them the address to the site, and they go fucking make their own whenever they want.
Oh, yeah.
It's not expensive to set up a fucking page to do that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you wouldn't even need me to do it. It's if you want the custom shit.
Yeah, you let them do it. You do the custom artwork for it, and let them print their own fucking thumbnails out as they need them. And some people, you know, just giving them that option might be a selling point that, hey, you can have 1,000 thumbnails for, you know, that one-time price. You pay for
that is actually a good thing.
You pay the $25 for the artwork, and I will give you, you know, the next year of thumbnails for free, auto-generated for you on demand.
Using the same image, though.
Using the same image, just different numbers. And then if you ever want to change the image, you know, I'll hook you up for an extra, you know, knock off $5, $20, $15. I'll make you another image. case it gets
And then
stale.
send some money to your friend for his contribution to the whole thing. So creators supporting creators.
Well, if he gives it to me, I'll throw it on my website, and you ain't gonna have to pay me shit, because I don't pay shit for my website.
His program though.
He said he was gonna give it to me to do whatever I want, so that's shareware. And I gave him the same option to do it, and he's like, "No, I did it for you. I don't want to do it for anybody else." He hates the artist part, and I've offered.
Artists.
He hates the art part, not the artist part. He hates doing art. He's good at it, but he hates it. And I've offered to pay him for the coding part, and he said, "No, I did it for you out of, you're my friend, and I like what you do, so I did it for you, kind of like, you making my artwork,
He likes your gravelly honey voice.
Good God, shut up. Make me puke all over my keyboard.
Oh my God.
My voice is getting bad tonight.
Funny.
I'm supposed to be doing freaking Fallout after this, and my voice is getting bad already.
Have you been drinking too much soda?
Always. Hold on a minute. Bear, what about Reactor Craft? Where is hard even in creative? Oh, fuck that shit. I wouldn't do Reactor Craft in creative either. I'd do it in survival. And if I blew shit up, I blew shit up. That's why when I was planning on doing Reactor Craft, because I've never actually done it, I planned on doing it either in the end or in a void dimension. I was going to go into the end, kill the dragon, and build me a walkway out about 500 to 1,000 blocks away from the end portal, and then build me a reactor base, basically, and build this thing out there, so if I went nuclear with it, it wouldn't blow up my base. But I've never gotten back around to messing with it because oh, good God, that would be a bitch.
Every 30 days the Ender Dragon comes back.
Every 30 days they reset the end.
Yeah.
Everything's deleted, which is funny as shit because we had somebody on the server that apparently didn't know about this, and they went in and built a fucking Enderman XP farm. And Net sent him a message and goes, "Oh, by the way, that is a beautiful looking farm that's going to be deleted next time we go in there and reset it," which happens about once a month. So you may want to go take it down and, claim your blocks back before it gets deleted. But it's beautiful. You did a great job.
It is amazing.
Great idea.
So what is Reactor Craft?
Reactor Craft is the reactor part of Rotary Craft. It's Reika's idea of putting reactors into Minecraft that are supposed to be realistic, including a huge motherfucking fusion reactor. I think
the one thing I'm still hung up on is the airplane mod.
I think it's like 3 chunks by 3 chunks. This motherfucker's huge.
As big as our base.
As big as one level of it, yeah. It's a big boy. And
no, I'm just curious.
His turbines are huge too.
Mod.
What airplane mod?
There's an airplane mod. You can have a bunch of different airplanes.
Which one? I know a couple.
I just know that there's one. I know of one.
Flans has airplanes and helicopters in it, but it's
You're getting
Pretty
hung up on the
crap.
wrong point here. What I want is steampunk airships.
Well, you kind of sort of have that with that one airship mod, Archimedes
There's
ships.
an airship mod?
Archimedes ships, you can make ships that fly.
That's something.
The fusion reactor is insane. Main reason I asked about the creative thing. The ones that come to me is Michelin and Flans. Yeah. As far as airplane mods, I know Flans has them. There's also that goofy gay ass one that fucking Yoshi likes. That adds cars and planes. You got some wooden plane you fuel with coal.
Huh.
And it's in RF World 2.
Yeah, I've been thinking about a mod or a mod pack making one. I was like, what's the easiest way to get off a deserted island? Do you mine and build an airplane, or do you mine and build a boat?
Tunnel.
Boat would be the easiest one.
Tunnel.
No, like in real life.
Oh.
For my game. You're not gonna be able to tunnel because there's the stamina bar that you'll have, and that really hinders you. You can only do so much in a day.
I think a raft boat
have
type thing would be
stuff.
better. I think a boat would be much better, because you gotta have, you know, I know there's lightweight planes, but you know, what are you gonna do on a deserted island? You're gonna make a fucking hang glider with a lawnmower engine on it to propel your ass?
The lawnmower engine,
and then
it's only about 5 horsepower.
And then run into a fucking tropical storm out in the ocean with it and get slung halfway to Alaska? You'd be better off dealing with the currents of the ocean than you would the wind currents above the ocean with some light little fucking hang glider-esque plane, in my opinion. Water hurts when you hit it at, you know, 50 mile an hour. Michelin is probably the coolest of them currently, but has some issues. Also, originally a Chinese or Japanese mod. I think the only one I've ever played, well, I haven't even played with it, but the one I've ever heard of was apple milk tea or something like that. That's a Chinese mod that I've heard of. Apple milk tea is a mod. It's a Chinese mod, and it's the only one I've really seen, you know, cross the ocean that people over here really use.
What I wanted, because I've been trying to figure out how to make my game, the single player portion, more of a challenge, because like I said, speedrunners are going to run through the early game in 15 minutes. It's designed to be that way, but I didn't want to design it that way.
I think you're crazy.
Well, I mean, like you and me, we would spend, because we just enjoy it, we would spend hours in the early game. But I want it to be, because speedrunners, they do a lot to promote games, so I want to have a speedrunner or a streamer be able to run through, and, you know, if they're trying to speedrun it, they can get in the Bronze Age and start making, you know, power hammers and stuff within 20 minutes.
I disagree with you about the speedrunners personally.
Why?
I think they do more to show people how to break a game than they do to how to promote a game. I think somebody actually enjoying a mod for what it is or what it's supposed to be, or a game for what it is or what it's supposed to be, does a much better job of promoting it than somebody that just speeds through and, you know, But that's, you know.
But the point of doing it is so that people who they're watching for playthroughs and stuff, and they're like, okay, well, I'm in the early game, everyone's doing the same shit, I want to see what's going on. They can see these speedrunners run through and show them some advanced stuff, and they can get excited for it.
And there's a much easier way of doing that. The easier way of doing that is you just, instead of making it to where speedrunners can do something like that, me, I'm a dick. I'd make it to where speedrunners can't do shit like that in my game. But I would say, you know, say I have 4 people that say they want to, you know, promote my game for me as a YouTuber. I would say, okay, well, here is, I'm going to code into the game these 3 codes, and you know, you guys tell me what is your favorite part. You know, try to get somebody into each age that you have built at the time or whatever, or stages of the game that you have at the time, and say, if you put in this code, it's going to give you a boost that'll get you into that age that you're more into. So the original person is going to start out with no code. The person that's going to be a little bit into it to the next thing you want to promote, you give them the code, and they can, you know, start out with, you know, stuff that'll help them get to that age much, much quicker. And then, you know, somebody else, you know, that's a further down, you know, you give them a code that's going to get them further. And they're the only people that get that code. And once they're done, you know, you just write it out of the game, so it's not there. Or you leave it in and just, you know, don't fucking tell anybody, in case you ever want to fucking
I'd probably remove it.
I would remove it, you know. But, you know, there's a lot of games that don't do that.
Well, that gets rid of the enjoyment for the promoter as well. Like, did you like my work-based concept?
Not
the more
if
work,
you,
the stronger you get, the more stamina you get.
Not if you are XAR. XAR does not want to play survival. He does not want to fuck around with trying to survive. He wants the fun shit. He wants the power shit. He wants the end game shit as quickly as possible. So he could give a shit less about all your bullshit that has to do with surviving. He wants to play with the big boy toys. So if you found a YouTuber that was like that wanted to promote the end of the mod, then you'd give them that code, and they would get to do what they want to do in your game. And because it's what they want to do, they're going to do a great job of promoting it. Because you got to remember, not everybody plays the same way. You know,
I agree, but how the game gets promoted is important to me. I want it to be promoted not as a futuristic game, but more of this work your way up from Stone Age to Space Age, and everyone's going to kind of start on the same level. And of course, YouTubers are going to be, you know, progressing at different rates, and everyone's going to have their own little tips and tricks that they figure out along the way. And, you know, people are going to bounce between YouTubers, and that's going to get views up. Views are going to get up, and then YouTubers' videos are going to spread further about this particular game. More people know about it. I'm basically trying to manipulate the Google or the YouTube algorithm while doing this. So I want to set everyone up on the same level so that people will bounce between YouTubers in order to, you know, get the latest tips and tricks or whatever, you know, get the latest, you know, news on this damn game.
All right, hold on. I should set up a GregTech pack with the Wasteland mod. Never played with that mod. Mission Steminier are the ones I've seen. Showing how to break something helps the devs, lets them know how to fix it. Yeah, but he wants to make.
That's why I have Bear.
He wants to make things in the game that, I don't know. He's weird to me. I know it's a different type of play style, but Speedrunning to me is a waste of time. Unless you have played through the game and already, have done all the work and you just want to try to, like people that speedrun Mario. I'm sure those people have sat there and played through Mario tons of times and they're just trying to beat their best time. Like Team Neutronium is back on the server. 2 of them are on here right now. The ones that build a fusion reactor in 2 weeks. They're back on here. I told them that they weren't allowed back on because we were almost ready to build our fusion reactor and they were going to beat us. We've actually already scanned the fucking block and starting to build the fucking components. These motherfuckers are going to come on and have theirs up and running before we even get ours done. And we've been here for 6 months. I was kidding, of course.
I told them, who was I talking to? He's in our group. He's on Team Neutronium. I talked to him.
Pyromancer?
I was like, are you guys gonna... Yeah. Is the other guy, like, his name starts with a D?
Yep.
Alright, well, the one that starts with a D, I didn't talk to him. I think it was the other dude.
Then it was Pyro.
Pyromancer or something that you said. But he said, I said, hey, dude, I want to watch your guys' videos. I want to see you build this shit.
They don't record.
Kind of... Yeah, well, he said he might record some of the bigger moments, but he's not going to do like you do.
Yeah.
So I was like, man, you figured no one wants to see a speed run, as quick as you possibly can. And I was like, that's because you cheat. I didn't say that to him. I was just teasing.
See, I don't know how it can be fun to speedrun shit like that. I don't get it. It's just not my way. And I'm sure that's why I don't get it. But I just don't get it. To me...
Well, like I told you, you're going to have these... you can be in the river. And you can be sifting, gold panning your iron dust in the river. Just get all the dirt and rocks out so you just have the magnetite dust. And you can do that in the river. Or you can have a barrel full of water. And I told you, keep that barrel full of water so that you can go through that juice later and refine it when you're more set up. If I hadn't told you that, you wouldn't do that.
I probably still won't because I'll forget.
But still, like, these little tips I put in there to help you. Other people are just instantly going to be like, I might want to hold on to this juice because the water in the river is turning dirty.
Or it'll be like fucking E99 that even knows he can get good shit out of the sluice juice and still voids it because I don't fucking want
it. Yeah.
Too much work for me. Fuck it. I'll just go mine what I need. Once you get a feel for speedrunning, it's fun. It's something that usually happens after playing a game thousands of times. See, I can't do that. He
has arthritis.
I can't play a game 1,000 times and still be... I've beaten... One of my favorite games is Fallout New Vegas. And I have beaten that game every way possible to get the Platinum Trophy on PlayStation. Which means I had to beat it the solo way, I had to beat it the NCR way, the Mr. House way, and God forbid I had to do it the frickin' Legion way. And I had to get certain karma ratings, good and bad. And I've done that. And then I went back and played through it on the PC probably halfway through twice. And it just bores me. Because I know what's coming up. I know what's going to happen.
You are a new excitement kind of player. You like to take your time and experiment and do stuff like that. That's what you enjoy to do, I've noticed. But
yes.
Other people, they enjoy the challenge of okay, I got it done in 2 minutes last time. Can I do it in a minute and 40 seconds or 45 seconds this time? And they're setting their own challenges since they know the game so well. They've kind of gone to the next level. They're not focused on the game anymore. They're focused on challenging themselves.
Yeah, I'll let the game challenge me. I don't need to challenge myself. And like I said, I would get fucking bored. You know, but remember, I played Mario back, Super Mario Brothers 1 on regular Nintendo when I was a teenager. I sat there and played that fucking thing forever and never beat it. But and the faster I would try to go, the worse I would do. So I've learned over time that I'm not somebody that can do shit quickly. I need to take my time and do it right. And plus, that's something I've always been taught, My old man taught me, any job worth doing is worth doing right. You don't rush yourself through it. You take your time. You do it right. And so that's how I do.
I worked in production.
Just about everything.
Production's a little different. I was told daily, we're not building pianos here, which means get it done and get it done fast.
Yeah, see, I don't work well under those conditions. It's got to be right.
I'm the same way. I don't I'm a bit of a perfectionist in that way. I don't want to just try and churn it out as quickly as I can.
Hold on a second. Well, that's where speedrunning can come in a lot. Doesn't work for open world games as well. New Vegas is a good speedrun for knowing every glitch and finding every little thing to speed up your time. Oh, see, that's another issue. I had to get something to drink to wet my throat for a second. One of my issues is I feel, and again, this has to do with, my upbringing and the way I've evolved as a person over the years. Cheating a game is cheating yourself. So taking a glitch. Now, granted, back in the day when I was younger, motherfucker, now I forgot my good drill. See what you do when you fuckers talk to me? It's not your fault. I'd forget it even if I was here by myself, not talking to anybody. But anyways, back in the day, if I couldn't do something, fuck yeah, give me a cheat code. I'm gonna fucking cheat it.
Left, right, up, down, A, B, select, start.
Oh, fucking A. I put that thing in more times than I can fucking count. Or, wanting a game genie so I could just put in a fucking code and have infinite lives and run through this shit as a kid.
Game genies was too cheaty.
It was super cheaty. But then I've learned over the years, at least for me, that when you cheat or use a glitch or something that you're not meant to do, it's kind of like why the fuck are you not going up? Get the fuck up the damn elevator. It's kind of like where I've heard people talk about the baseball players that have gotten caught doing steroids that have, world records and shit. It's like, is it really worth it to you to fuck your body up to get that world record, but then have that little asterisk beside your name? Yes, he got a world record, but he cheated to do it.
He was on gear.
And that's kind of the same way I feel about, glitches and cheat codes and shit like that now in games. I got to the princess in Mario, but there's an asterisk there. I fucking gave myself 25 free lives to do it. I couldn't do it in the 3 I started with. And one of these days I'm going to have to go and beat that fucking game because I've never seen that fucking your princess is in the other castle bullshit.
Yeah, my cousin, he would speedrun the game and be able to beat it in like 8 minutes.
Yeah,
see, I skipped most of the game.
I've gotten to Bowser's castle. I've seen Bowser's big fat ass. I can't beat the motherfucker. I never figured out, you know, because we couldn't save our game back then. And I can't go that fast that I could do it in 8 minutes. I could get from, you know...
It's a shortcut.
Starting game till level 6, I think it was, in a shortcut that you take on level 2. God, I still remember the fucking shortcut, too.
Yeah.
You know, in level 2, you go up and over the fucking elevator to the top of the world, and you go down that tube on the other side, and it drops you, you know, way later in the game.
Yeah.
But I still couldn't get from there on to Bowser that fast, and, you know, at times I would have to, you know, go to school, do my homework, eat dinner, and if one of my brothers came in and fucked with the damn game, I had to start all over again. You know, come home from school and find out the fucking power went out.
Anything. He broke his leg when he was skateboarding, so he couldn't do kid stuff anymore. So he just sat at home and he fucking played Mario all day.
Yeah, that would have never happened in my house. My old man would have found something for me to do. I could be in a fucking body cast. That motherfucker would be standing over top of my bed with flashcards. I'm telling you, there's no way my old man would let me lay in bed because I broke my leg. That motherfucker would have me down in the basement, sitting on a bench, tearing apart vacuum cleaners for him, rather than laying in bed.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
Guarantee. Oh, it was. I love my childhood, man. You know, I
want to tear apart my vacuum.
I laugh at people that say that they had terrible childhoods because they had these mean, overbearing fathers. My dad, literally, at least once a week, told me I was as worthless as tits on a boar fucking hog. If I did something wrong, I got my ass fucking chewed, and then probably got the belt taken to my ass. And my old man was not a really big man, but he could move that fucking belt. And I never once felt I wasn't loved by my father, or that I was worthless or useless or anything. Because, you know, I knew better. Now, granted, there are children out there that have absolutely piece of shit fucking parents that don't make sure they feel the love and, you know, say shit like that, and their kids don't fucking know they're kidding with them. And, you know, but there's also kids out there that are big fucking pussies and, you know, take getting a belt as abuse. And trust me, getting a whooping is not abuse. If they're leaving marks, that's abuse.
A belt will leave some marks, though.
Oh, bullshit.
You have a red ass for at least a couple hours. That's
not a mark. If they're leaving welts, that's abuse. If you can't sit down for an hour...
Hit by a switch, then...
No, I have never been hit by a switch. My dad did. My grandma was... This was the funniest story. It's sad and funny all in one. My dad got told to go outside and get my grandma a switch for her to beat his ass. And he had to bring in 3 of them, and she braided that motherfucker and beat his ass for stealing money off of her. First and only time she ever beat his ass. And then
to use a switch, though.
And then 2 days later got the birthday present that he stole the money from her to buy her.
Probably felt like a real piece of shit.
She never whooped his ass again. And he deserved it many times over, as he has told me. You know, and she and him have both told me this story, and she's like, you know, no matter what your kid does, you know, don't let anger overtake your thinking, because you don't want to ruin what should be a beautiful moment in your life when your kid gives you a gift, even though they stole the money to give it to you. You know, it's the thought that counts, and the fact that, you know, the little bastard needed his ass whooped a lot, and I wouldn't do it anymore because, you know, I felt so bad for the time I did do it.
I stole from my mom once. I knew that my mom wanted some reading glasses, and I was at daycare. Dude, I was like 5 years old. And this little girl, she comes to the daycare with glasses, and I snagged them. I remember it now, like, perfectly. I wish I never did. But I gave it to her for Mother's Day. And she's like, where'd you get these? I'm like, oh, from the daycare. Snagged them off the shelf. And we had to go and take them back and everything, of course. But she told me years later, yeah, I realized after that moment, I have to take you shopping for a present for me. I was like, well, I mean, I'm a real man. I can get stuff myself. She's all, yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, that's not a real man, motherfucker. A real man buys a present or makes a present. I know you were little, but still. I actually stole off my mom, but
like
she didn't know I stole off of her. She thought she was losing her fucking mind. When I was little, I would take money out of my mom's purse, and I was, you know, probably 3, 5, some shit around there. And she didn't know it until we were leaving the house one day, which just happened to be we were moving, and I started screaming, my $5, my $5. And she's like, what $5? She goes, it's in the couch. And she's like, where did you get $5? Your purse? Okay, well, I'm not losing my mind. I thought I had $5 missing, and it's gone now. We done turned in the key. But I used to take mom's shit, apparently, when I was little. I don't remember any of this, by the way. But apparently, I used to take my mom's shit, like her purse, put it in a fucking refrigerator. And mom thought she was losing her mind, apparently, because she's like, why would I put my purse in the refrigerator? And she'd have been looking all over the house for it, couldn't find it, and then, you know, finally was like, fuck, I'll just make lunch or whatever. And then here it is, sitting in the refrigerator. And she didn't think, you know, this was back in, you know, I was born in 77. So if I was 3, this was 1980. Have you ever seen a 1970s refrigerator? Because we were poor, so we had, you know, 1960s, 1970s.
Smooth looking. No, that's 50s.
They had heavy fucking doors on them and magnet fucking latches that were pretty hard to move when you were little. She didn't think I could open the damn thing, so she didn't even think it was me putting them in there. And see, I agree with you, DBP. A belt is an abuse. A punch in the mouth, that's abuse. But see, you know,
I don't know. I wouldn't hit my kids at all. After studying psychology so much, I realized...
Spare the rod, spoil the child, motherfucker.
Yeah, well, how about this one? God's the only one that creates people, so it's me raising my little brother. He's not even my kid. You can beat your kids, but you can't beat your brother.
Bullshit. It's your kid. You made him.
Are you sure? Because it didn't create his soul or his spirit.
You didn't create his spirit, but you created his body.
Well,
that boy's got your DNA in him. You want... however you want to look at it, you created that motherfucker.
Okay, I would argue this then.
You'll argue anything.
You're not your own, for you have the Holy Spirit within you. It is not that I am living my life, it is that we are living our life. 2 souls, 1 body.
You
We live with.
still created that kid.
Or did God create it and I'm allowed to be on the roller coaster ride and witness?
No.
The ride moves forward. I think I'm participating because the ride is moving forward, but I'm
No.
not the one that's driving.
You created him.
Can
You
prove
have
it?
free will.
It's
So
not my
you are
kid,
not
'cause I
on
didn't
a
create
real.
what's in the body.
You're not on a roller coaster. You are the coaster. You are. You have free will. You are controlling everything.
Okay, maybe you're right, but I would still argue that when our body goes underground, we go to heaven and we get a new heavenly body that never gets sick, never needs to eat, never needs to sleep.
Sure.
That means we are not the body. Since we're not the body and we're the soul, and I don't create souls, it's not my kid.
No, body, mind, and soul, motherfucker. They all are one. While you are on this earth, your body, your mind, and your soul work as one. When you die, your body and your mind cease to exist and go in the fucking ground. Your soul will go on to a new body, but as the time you are on this planet, body, mind, and soul are one.
Well, you and me look at it a little bit differently.
We look at a
My
lot of
experience
things a
is
whole lot different.
Yeah. That's like, I just wouldn't beat my kid. Like, even if it was my kid, I still wouldn't beat him. Let him be spoiled. Fuck him.
Yeah, but you don't want to. I've dealt with spoiled fucking brats. You don't want a spoiled brat as a kid.
They're all spoiled as far as I'm concerned.
All right, so I've gotten Redstone done. I've gotten some more Vanadium for him. It is what
What's
the fuck
Vanadium
time
for
is it?
again?
It is 4 o'clock in the morning. If I'm gonna play Fallout, I need to get the hell off here. So I'm going to do so and decide if I'm going to play Fallout, if I can get my throat to stop hurting when I drink a little bit of my NyQuil and drink some more pop. So the Vanadium is for Vanadium gallium wires.
Oh, gallium wires.
So thank y'all for watching. I will see you later.